my breakfast this morning, I'm going to be having the Protein 1 90-calorie strawberry and cream bar. And I'm going to have two, and that's going to be the equivalent of, for anybody who didn't see my haul, they are 63 cents a piece. So two of them is going to be the equivalent of 2 Power Fuels and a Smart Carb. I'll show you the nutrition facts quick. There you go. So 2 grams of fat, 1.5 is saturated fat, 11 grams of carbs, 5 fibers, and 10 proteins. So you would just double all that, and it's going to be a protein-packed breakfast today. I'm on the run, lots to do for the holiday. For my lunch today, I am doing another protein bar. This is the Kellogg's chocolate peanut butter protein meal bar. This is 190 calories. It has 1 small carb, 5 grams of fiber, and 1 Power Fuel, 12 grams of protein. I've shown these to you before. I'll just try to zoom in on this in case anybody wants to see that. I think that's 19 carbs. And 9 grams of fat, 4.5 saturated fat. These are really delicious. I'm going to enjoy this with a cup of coffee. As you can see, I have chocolate making going on in the background there. I'm not eating it, but like my time today is just gone. I still have to make bread, as tomorrow is Easter Sunday already. Okay, I'll be back. For tonight's dinner, I'm having a flex meal. It is the, oops, sorry about that. It is the Smart Ones Mexican Flavors Santa Fe rice and beans. And let me put that there for a second. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and I'll let you know what I did with it. I first took a steamable bag of broccoli florets, steamed it in the microwave. That's supposed to be 4 servings. So we'll go with that, 4 veggies right there. Then I sprayed it with the olive oil cooking spray. I put the garlic powder, sprinkled it on. Then I put the entree frozen on top of that. Then I took this can of plain tomato sauce and I drizzled it around the edges. Then I put some more garlic powder. I also put some of this little chipotle seasoning, which only has chipotle in it, nothing else. And so then what I did is I microwaved this for 3 minutes. I did not follow the directions on the back of the box. I microwaved the whole thing for 3 minutes, covered with saran wrap and the microwave lid. Let it sit for a couple minutes. Came back, cooked it for another 3 minutes. And then I stirred it, cooked it for another 2 minutes. So altogether, I cooked this for 8 minutes. According to the box, you're supposed to cook it for 3 minutes and let it stand for a minute. I don't know. The broccoli was hot, so I don't know why it would have taken much longer than what they say, but that's how it worked out for me. Now, what I did is I put 1.5 servings of the Sargento off the block low moisture part skim mozzarella. And it's 90 calories for a serving of 28 grams. So I took 1.5 servings of this and I spread it out over the top of the entree and the vegetables and sauce. That gives me 135 calories worth of the cheese. With that, I'm using it as 1 Power Fuel, 120 calories, and 1 extra of 15 calories. I've only had 2 bars today and coffee with milk, so I'm not really worried about this. I have plenty of extras and Power Fuels and Smart Carbs to spare. On that note, okay, back to the entree. Let me give you the description. It says it has spicy rice and beans with zucchini, zesty green chili, and sour cream sauce topped with part skim mozzarella. There's also, I see it looks like there's some corn in here as well. It smells very tasty. I haven't tried it before, so we'll see how it goes. So now on to the nutrition facts. Okay, here we go. Get that all in there for you. Okay, it has 300 calories for the entire serving. It's 9 ounces. It has 5 grams of protein. It has 2.5 of saturated fat, 53 carbs. That's pretty carb heavy. 6 of the fibers and 10 of the proteins. So I'm counting this as 1 smart carb and 2 power fuels, which is what my dinner should be with any dinner that I'm having, whether it's a Nutrisystem entree or it's something I cook or it's another company's entree. In this case, it's the Weight Watchers Smart Ones, WW. Okay, so I'm all set with my dinner. I have 6 vegetables. And if, like I said, I don't finish the broccoli, no problem. I'll just have it another day. So I'm going to go and enjoy this, and I will be back later on with dessert. Hello, my friends. I am tired. I bet all of you who are celebrating Easter tomorrow are very tired too. Woof. It's 10 o'clock at night. I haven't had anything since supper. I did take 1 bite of Terry. My sister in spirit made beautiful Italian potato pie, and I did take a bite. That was it. It was worth it. It was so delicious. Anyway, I'm not going to even have dessert tonight. I should be baking right now. I've been baking. Today was bread day. Tomorrow morning is going to be bread morning. I'm going to get to sleep because last night I went to bed after 12 and I was up with the Princess Callie Lily at 5:30. So, and yes, if you're not noticing, you probably are. I do have a black eye. How did I get the black eye? Well, I was in the garage and I tripped and I did a Superman. I hate falling. Haven't fallen in a very long time. Grateful that I did not break anything. But yeah, I actually hit this right here and it resulted in my eye. I never had a black eye, but I do now. Anyway, so no, my husband does not beat me. He was very worried that people that see me are going to say that he, thinks to themselves, did he hit her? But no, no, I fell. Anyway, on to what's going to go on tomorrow for a lot of us. Tomorrow is going to be a day of eating. A lot of people have been eating today. And, we are going to be tempted by all these things. And we're going to make decisions. And then Monday comes, we're going to have to live with them. So I would only encourage everyone to try and think twice. Have a taste of this and a taste of that if you must. Sometimes it's better to just have a taste. I think Dish with D says that. I think when she goes out to eat, yes, I think it is Denise. When she goes out to dinner, they'll order a dessert and she'll split it with her husband. She might just have 1 bite and she's good to go. But if she doesn't have that 1 bite, bad things can happen when she gets home. And I totally get that. I'd rather just have 1 bite. I'm to that point now where it's okay. If I really desire something, I don't keep things in the house though. Can't do that. So we'll all make decisions tomorrow. We'll all live with them Monday. Whatever they end up being, they are. As long as we all tell ourselves and live to what we tell ourselves that Monday we will get it together. That we're not going to go on a week-long spiral. That we're just going to say, okay, I did it. It's behind me. It's Monday and we're good to go. We're going to start. Not even start first. We're going to continue because we're not stopping. Okay? Because the stop and go thing, I think, is negative. We're just continuing. Things are going to happen. We're going, like today, my sister in spirit, Terry, why am I eating candy? Well, because you're a human being and you gravitate to candy. I don't necessarily gravitate to candy unless it's like chocolate. Like Reese's is my favorite candy on earth, other than Italian, Perdigina, Ferrara, those type of, like Bacci, that kind of stuff. Lindor, the Swiss chocolate, the truffles and whatnot. But I don't have any of that in my house. I can't have a jar of peanut butter in my house. I do have powdered peanut butter and cashew. I don't get up and make them. But if I had a jar of peanut butter, I guarantee you I would be sitting there with a spoon mindlessly eating it. Because that's just what I'm going to do with peanut butter. We all have our own thing, you know. But we accept it and we move on. Because if we don't just accept it and continue, okay, like we had to stop at a red light. Now we accept that. We stood there and now we're going. We have a trip and we're traveling. We have a journey and we continue. And if we think that we're not going to have stops in the road, let me tell you this, okay? I am 61 years old. I've said this many times. I've been on a diet since I was 8 years old. In high school, I lived on tea and Tab. Showing my age again. Does anybody out there know what Tab is? Let me know in the comments. Remember Tab? If you don't know what Tab is, you're young. God bless you. Take care of yourself. I didn't do that in my 30s. I let life get to me. I was in school. I was working. I had children, a cat, a dog, a husband, the whole 9 yards. I did not take care of myself until I got in a car accident. And then I started to take care of myself. By that point, I was already 36. Because in my 30s, I started to put on a tremendous amount of poundage. And starvation wasn't working anymore. So, in any event, I'm going on a tangent. I apologize. But my point in saying all this is that we have a holiday tomorrow for most of us. It is also Passover. Yesterday was Passover. I don't remember if Passover goes over the whole weekend, if people visit. I don't. But regardless, the main important thing to do is, if you can keep yourself from gorging yourself tomorrow into a coma, I call it a carbohydrate coma. And on Monday, because more than anything, Monday you're going to feel really sick. I'll tell you about this. This week, I happen to have wheat thins. Not buying them ever again. I had them 3 days in a row. I actually overate them, and I'm going to admit this. I probably did overeat them. Not that I didn't have small carb room for them. Just because I had small carb room does not mean I should be overeating wheat thins. I should be eating healthy carbohydrates. Fine, a portion, 80 to 120 calories of wheat thins, fine. But are we going to have double that portion because we have 2 small carbs left? I don't think so. I don't think that's in my best interest. I ended up, regardless, eating them 3 days in a row, even if it was 120 calories 3 days in a row. I ate them on Tuesday. Wednesday I got up, I gained a pound. Tuesday was weighing, right? 136.8. I was 137.8. I was like, gee, that's really weird. Gets worse. Thursday, I was 139. There was no reason for that. It wasn't digestion, things not moving. It was inflammation. And I did not feel well. I felt the inflammation because you may remember in past video, I might have mentioned, I'm sure I did. Once you have health and you do something to detriment your health, you're going to feel it 10 times worse. Because when I was a morbidly obese person, I didn't know how sick I was. I didn't know how sick I felt because you're in a state of feeling unhealth all the time, 24/7. So you don't even know the difference until you get healthy. That's why when I speak about weight loss, I speak about it in terms of health. And it is for that reason, because now when I go off, and I don't think in a long time that I felt that, so I must be getting really healthy again. I must be really healthy now because I was full of inflammation, and it was not salt. I know what salt is. It was that feeling that you get when you have inflammation. So I am not going to go. Terry offered me a beautiful little bunny cupcake that she made. I brought it home to Jim. And I said, no, I'm doing well. I didn't even desire it. I can come home and have a cupcake that I have in the freezer, right? My Nutrisystem cupcake. But the point was that she offered it to me, and I graciously took it home to Jem, and she knew that I was doing that. She was happy about that. But would I like to go eat a cannoli? or whatever right now, no. But does that mean tomorrow I'm not going to want one? It's things that we all face. So in closing, I will not probably make a video tomorrow because I'm going out to dinner or I'm having takeout for our Easter. We're actually having our Easter next Sunday. My son, my oldest son, we discussed it today. My younger son is always working. He's not around, but we usually do something, and we're going to do it next week. So Jim and I are just going to chill. I'm looking forward to spending time with him. I'll be with Cora for a while. I'll be home, and I'll see my grandsons, most likely, for a little bit. But we'll just say I don't video tomorrow, and I'll be back with videos on Monday. And that's going to do it. For those of you that celebrate, I wish you all I wish everyone a blessed day tomorrow, whether or not you celebrate Easter. I wish everyone a blessed day every day. And for those that celebrate, for those that don't, I wish everyone the blessings. But I will be back, as I said, on Monday. And let's all try to take care of ourselves, because it is taking care of yourself, if you can. And enjoy your holiday. But keep in mind, Monday's coming, and it's not for the getting on the scale Tuesday. It's for not feeling well on Monday and not destroying all the work you did this week and then end up feeling sick. You know, if you can just keep it in the back of your mind, not as a guilt thing, just as a way of starting to think in a mentally healthy way about eating. You know, there's a woman, Diets Are Fattening. You can see her. You should check her out on YouTube. She's excellent. I think she even used to work for Nutrisystem when they had storefronts many years ago. I think she said that. Lovely woman. I agree with her philosophy. I really do. However, I also think there's a middle ground. And I will hopefully at some point cross to the other side. But if I never do, that's fine as well. But I'm very aware of what her philosophy is and what she's talking about, and she does have a lot of good information to share. Maybe I'll put the link in the I'll link her into this description box if you want to just check her out. I like to watch a lot of different people. I watch medical doctors, I watch keto, I watch, you know, protein sparing, all kinds of people, because each person has their own little thing that I might be able to pick something up from. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to thank you all very much for watching my video. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that bell so that every time I put a video up, you are notified. And also, our group is up to 170 people. Yay! I am so excited. So please join if you haven't joined the Facebook group. All of the information is in the description box. My email's in there, my Instagram, Facebook group, and a couple other things. Fetch, if you want to get 2,000 extra points. If you haven't signed up for Fetch, use that link. The Nutrisystem link is in there. Save $30 in your first order, and I get 30 on my next. And on that note, I've been speaking for 12 minutes, 45 seconds. It's time for me to say goodbye. See you in the next one.